Hey guys, welcome to Random Bits of Randomness. Sorry. Welcome to TBOR. What does TBOR stand for, John?
Trans-Siberian Orchestra bits of randomness today. What's up, everyone? So we have a short live stream for everyone today because we are busy people. Isaac's out moving. I'm learning
Yeah,
a language. We're busy people. You know, it's hard to run the streets when we have hundreds of other streets to just run on. We're just
yeah.
running.
You'll
So
notice
much
I've got
running.
a very different setup here. I am moving. This is going to become my studio. I've got a lot to do with the wall behind me to make it actually fun. But I am excited for this. I'm excited for where this is gonna go. Also, excited for the street. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled. I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm extremely tired. I've been running on no sleep, and I'm like trying to clean up my old apartment and move everything. And I've got like one more day, so that's no, like John said, short stream. But we are going to react to NF. How could you leave us? That's the first thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
anyways,
I am also drinking Michelob Ultra.
that's that's good beer.
John loves this.
That's my favorite beer.
It
I love
is
that beer.
not as strong as what I usually drink. But that's kind of because I don't want to get,
Yeah.
or I don't want to drink too much tonight. So,
I have wine, like always, of course. Wine.
anyways,
Anyways, what's up? Welcome back to Random Bits of Randomness. It's me, your host, me, John, and also your host.
Isaac.
And together, we are RBOR.
Yeah, and we are here to react to NF. How could you leave us?
I've seen this video before and the song before. Isaac has not. I am showing Isaac this song as an NF fan, I would say to myself. You know, just a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan, but I like him. I am excited to see Isaac's opinion and thoughts on this song.
Yeah,
So,
I am
without
excited to
further
watch it
ado,
too. Let's
let's just
go.
jump into it.
Wait though. Wait. Don't just jump into it. I've got to set up the. I got to move the thing.
No, we are not jumping into it. You have it up?
Now it's up. Now we can jump into it.
All right, let's jump into it.
How could you leave so unexpected? We waited for you, but you just left us. We needed you. I need
The visual with those pills made me realize he left in a different way than I was thinking he left at the beginning of this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a sad way to go, and it's a sad way to
I
leave
know, I know.
someone.
As soon as I heard the piano notes, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a really sad song. I
But
forgot about how.
yeah, I was like, it's sad. It's gonna be about some deadbeat or something that like just left their family, and then I see that I'm like, oh no, it's about someone who's probably suffering himself with depression and everything else, and just took a,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
we waited for you, but you just left us. We needed you. I needed you. Yo, I don't know what it's like to be addicted to pills, but I do know what it's like to be a witness to kills. Mama told me she loved me. I'm thinking this isn't real. I think of you when I get a whiff of that cigarette smell. Yeah. Welcome to the bottom of hell. They say pain is a prison. Let me out of my cell. You say you proud of me, but you don't know me that well. Sit in my room, tears running down my face, and I yell into my pillowcases. Say you coming to get us, then call a minute later just to tell us you're not. I'm humiliated. I'm in a room with a parent that I don't barely know. Some lady in the corner watching us while she's taking notes. I don't get it, mom. Don't you wanna watch your babies grow? I guess pills are more important. All you have to say is no, but you won't do it, will you? You gon' keep popping till them pills kill you. I know you're gone, but I can still feel you.
Pausing it there. Pausing it there. So it's about his mom, not
Yeah,
his dad.
yeah, no, I got that.
Not to touch on the core of this song and everything, I actually think that NF has some of his best rapping that I've heard from him on this song. Not necessarily like the craziest thing he's done, but kind of similar to Eminem's Temporary song. I think he has a lot more to kind of say with each line in this song while also connecting all of the rhymes and everything. So you can tell he worked and poured a lot of time and energy into it.
Is this a true story? Did he lose his mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense that he would have poured a lot of time and energy into it then, as
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a rough thing to go through. Especially, I'm assuming the kids were similar age to when it happened to him, but I could be wrong. But like at that age, they are so impressionable, and I mean, Devery is gone, like we're divorced, and that's already hard on my kids. I can't imagine if she was entirely just dead, and like that would have been
Right.
so much worse on them. And
Right. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a hard thing to go through as a kid. I don't know. I couldn't imagine. My friend actually just lost their mom recently, not to substances or drugs, just through cancer. But like even that's got to be crazy hard for a kid or a person to.
yeah, I think I lost you. 1 second. We're having technical difficulties. You back?
Yes, I'm back.
You were saying that even that's got to be hard. With
Yeah,
cancer.
even losing someone to like your parents' figure to cancer has got to be so hard. So like multiple.
Sorry, guys. We have a new setup here, and I just had my internet installed today. I'm supposed to be getting gig, but I'm only getting 100. So it's causing problems. I apologize. Keep going, John.
Anyways, all I'm trying to say is it's got to be a hard thing to go through, especially at that young of an age, and with something as serious as substance abuse. I don't know. It's got to be so hard to go through. I want to know what NF's siblings have to say about it and such.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see like an interview, but I'm sure a lot of them probably don't even necessarily want to talk about it. I mean,
No.
this is the kind of thing that you don't want to expose, and again, this is how brave some people are that they're willing to expose it. But like that's hurt like this, people have a hard time even talking to a therapist about, which is confidential. It's gonna be
Right.
yeah. Let's keep
Right.
going.
Oh wait,
Oh, what?
something popped up on my screen.
Okay.
I think I gotta refresh it, like an ad or something came on. My ad block is not doing its job. All right, go back. Let's go back a little bit. People get mad when we don't go back a little bit.
You gon' keep popping till them pills kill you. I know you're gone, but I can still feel you. Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Oh.
I don't know what age she did die or whatever, but like the music video makes it seem like they were just kids. Like
Yeah,
that's
makes it
what
look
the
like they
music
were really
video.
young.
Right, exactly. I am curious to know how old he was and such. I just want to know ages. Anyways, continue.
Why would you leave us? Oh. I got this picture in my room and it kills me. But I don't need a picture of my mom, I need the real thing. Now a relationship is something we won't ever have. But why do I feel like I lost something that I never had? You should have been there when I graduated. Told me you love me and congratulations. Instead you left us at the window waiting. Where you at, mom? We're too young to understand. Where you at, huh? Yeah, I know them drugs that got you held captive. I can see it in your eyes, they got your mind captured. Some say it's fun to get the high, but I am not laughing. And what you don't realize and what you're not grasping, that I was nothing but a kid who couldn't understand.
I do want to say, watching this, that I think that it's really. I'm trying to think of how to word this. Basically, we need to destigmatize a lot of the people who are abusing these things, because most of the time, if not all the time, it's a symptom of something else going on in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone says, toughen up, get over it. If you actually love your, kids or whatever, you're not going to do it. But a lot of people, they literally can't. And I know people are like, oh, they can. No, you can't. And when you have something broken in your brain, you can't get past that, and then you lose a life, and that's horrible and sad. But then it also affects like her kids and all of the other people she's touched.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone suffers because we have such a stigma around it instead of actually letting people figure out. Like we have, at risk of getting too political, we have a huge homeless problem, and they've found that if you give a lot of these homeless people who are on all these substances, if you give them the basic ability to survive, and they're no longer as stressed out about like every moment of their life, they get over a lot of drugs. They no longer need them. And a lot of people who have other substances, when you get rid of like these underlying stresses, their addictions go away. And it's just frustrating that we have such a stigma around it. Anyways, there's my little TED talk and complaint about this whole thing, because it does break up families and causes problems like this.
Yeah.
Stand it. I ain't gonna say that I forgive you cause it hasn't happened. I thought that maybe I'd feel better as time passes. If you really cared for me the way you acting, why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Our last conversation, you and I sat in the living room talking about my music, and I brought you something to listen to. You started crying, telling me this isn't you. A couple weeks later, guess you were singing a different tune. You took them pills for the last time, didn't you? They took you from us once.
Okay, I'm going to take it back now so we don't forget till later. But he talking about his music.
Yeah,
so
he had to have been much older.
Yeah, I don't think he's as young as the video. Not that it changes anything in all reality, because no matter when it happens, it still hurts. But
I was kind of wondering, because he mentioned the graduation, that she should have been there, so it sounds like she died before the graduation, but then he said that you were just at the window or something, making it sound like maybe she was at some place or something.
or even just kind of drugged out there or something. Like,
right.
She's there, but not really.
Right. Yeah, no, that does answer a lot of questions.
Oh.
We're only, there's still 2 minutes, man. How is there 2 minutes left? What?
It's a 5.5. It's a long song, but
I don't know. I'm scared for what he's about to say.
He's got a lot to say. I mean, how would you think about this? It's amazing that he could compress all this emotion down to a 5.5-minute song.
Right.
Because that's a lot of processing, a lot of stuff he's going through to get to that point.
Conversation, you and I sat in the living room talking about my music, and I brought you something to listen to. You started crying, telling me this isn't you. A couple weeks later, guess you were singing a different tune. You took them pills for the last time, didn't you? They took you from us once, I guess they came back to finish you. Crying my eyes out in the studio is difficult. Music is the only place that I can go to speak to you. It took everything inside of me not to scream at your funeral. Sitting in my chair, that person talking was pitiful. I wish you were here, mama, but every time I picture you, all I feel is pain. I hate the way I remember you. They found you on the floor. I could tell you felt hollow. Gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. You gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. Don't know if you hear me or not, but if you're still watching, why? Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Sometimes I think about things like, when I have kids and you won't be there, you won't be there for any of that.
That goes into what I was talking about before, where it's not just your life it affects when you do this, it's your kid's life, but your grandkid's life. Like, they're not going to have a grandma. And yeah, I don't know how much else to say on that. Just,
yeah.
You won't be there, you know. You won't be there for any of that. I'll never get to see you again. Sometimes I wish I would have just called you. I wish I would have just picked up the phone. I wish you were here. I mean, you should have been there for us. You should have been here. Pills got you right. And pills got you right. I wish you were here.
Dang. When he said the pills got you right, that hit hard. You could tell there was a lot of emotion in his voice screaming that.
Yeah, no, it's that last bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just kind of a little monologue that he did, and like just put piano to it. It didn't feel as scripted or anything. It was just kind of a.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the situation, and I'm gonna get it out there. I don't know. It's good that he's putting it out there, though, because I'm sure a lot of people relate to it. I'm lucky I haven't lost anyone to this. I've gotten close a few times. A few of my friends have gotten close, but they've luckily made it to medical places in time to get taken care of. But I don't know. It's a crappy situation, and it's hopefully been therapeutic for him to get it out there too.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty therapeutic to release something like this. It's got to be so brave of him to put all of this out there in raw emotion and be like, "This is exactly it." I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is interesting because like we look at it now, we're like, "Oh, this is a great song." It's like it's doing amazing. I don't say great song like that, but like it's doing amazing. So he put it out there because he knew it was going to take. But no, when you put something like this together, you're like, I hope it's received well. Like you're terrified of it. At least I'm terrified if I put anything too raw out there. And I mean, that's why we got this to help me vocalize it a little more when we're watching. I joke, but
I get it. All right, let's check out what our commenters said. We have a bit of comments.
Yes, we do.
We have Unholy Glut says, "What's up, gamers? What's up?
Hey, what's up?
To you, Unholy Glut? 103 Alex waves. Wave to you too. What's up? How's it going? Oh, they're talking to each other. Blah blah blah. Seriously, be ready for some tears. Yep. True story. This is a true story. You could totally hear the emotion in his voice. I completely agree, and I think you could hear it on the final verse and in the end, especially when he screams. I don't know. You could really hear his emotion compared to other songs. But I actually think that NF does a really good job of expressing his emotion on most songs.
Yeah. Alex says to have a box of tissues ready. I probably should have. I was just kind of doing this a little bit here and there, but.
Alex also says he got so far and kicked everyone out of the studio to finish on his own, which is really interesting. He must have that must have been like the final part and everything. Like he got it already. He's like, "Okay, everyone out. I'm finishing it."
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. She was on prescription meds, no doubt, given out to Patch over dealing with an issue that weren't being dealt with. Preach, Isaac. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the other problem is a lot of times, like, okay, I don't want to say, like, prescriptions are bad, because I actually think they're absolutely necessary, and a lot of times that's what you have to do to live a normal life, but it can't be the only stopgap. You need it combined with therapy and everything to kind of make it so you don't get to a situation where you're just using the prescription as a crutch entirely, but you're actually like working with them, and I don't know. Does that it doesn't make sense the way I'm saying it.
No,
but,
no, I get that. I get that though. The fear of abandonment he talks about in Mansion makes sense after hearing this song. You haven't heard Mansion yet, right?
No, we did Mansion last week.
Last time?
Yeah, we did that last week.
Yeah. Me literally sobbing here. I'll get you a tissue from somewhere. I don't have any. I'm sorry. Hi YouTube, says Unholy Glut.
Hey.
Your YouTube?
Yep, I
You're
am YouTube
embodiment of
impersonified.
YouTube. I've seen it a lot of times and it hits hard every time. NF's raw song. I think I'd agree with that. This is NF's raw song.
Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen enough. We were actually gonna watch another probably potentially hard hitter. We were gonna watch Therapy Session, but apparently it doesn't work on our streamer thing because of something YouTube prevent. Like it's got mature content, so YouTube won't let it embed, so we can't stream it to each other. So we're trying to figure that out
Yeah,
for
so
sometime.
we'll figure it out. We'll get it at some point, but bear with us. Bear with us. Anyways, on that note, if you liked what you saw, make sure you hit subscribe.
Yeah.
And we live stream every single Monday, and you should come join with us. This is pulled from a live stream. So you should come join us and have some fun. Anyways, remember, alcohol is better than water for you. Anyways, peace.
Peace. Guys, we're still here. I don't know if you guys are new, but we basically are recording a bunch of episodes, and we are getting them ready now.
So that's for YouTube. We're still here live streaming with all of y'all because we love all of y'all, except I am out of wine, so I might have to get some more wine real quick, and then we'll start our next song, Ren. Ren just released a new song like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. So me and Isaac are both very hyped. More on that when we actually start the video because I want to express my emotions not twice.
Do it to the video.
But...
Go get your drink. I'm gonna hang out here for a second, so I'm not gonna go to intermission.
Everyone, chat to Isaac. Make sure you like the video if you haven't yet, because it makes my dopamine go higher. We've been kind of slow on the channel recently, so I need my dopamine to grow again.
Yeah, we've been slow, and we're not gonna be releasing a lot of these. So every time we do these, we release them over the next week. I am in the middle of a move, and I do most of the little editing. John does thumbnails, and then he makes his own videos. But these ones I edit down. I am, obviously, you can see here, it's different space than last time. It's a blank wall. Hopefully it turns into a good canvas once I figure out how I want to set up the studio. But in the meantime, I'm in the middle of a move, and I just don't have time to edit these videos. So we're going to probably just do a crazy power week in 1 to 2 weeks where we get all of them out. Also, might create a live stream channel, because right now we have like a gamer channel that we've kind of turned into more of a live stream channel, but it has a lot of game content. I feel like our content types are cannibalizing each other. And so because of that, we're probably going to release everything on this new channel and move all of our live stream stuff to that channel, and then keep putting game stuff on here, and then make that other one more live stream. Alex, Money Ties. Get some for this one too. Yay! The only problem is I literally just moved, so I have no tissues. But I will say I am so excited for this one. I love Ren. I can't get enough of him. And I've actually been holding off listening to this one since it came out. And it has been so hard. And it's also been so hard. I've not been allowed to go to the Ren subreddit because there's been so many posts on this, and I don't want spoilers. And so anytime I see a Ren post come on my feed, I'm like, scroll past. I can't look it up. So I can't wait to actually see what it is. John, I just explained that we're probably going to be putting a new channel out, and all these are going to flood release on that one in 1 to 2 weeks once we're a little more situated and I can get to editing them all.
Sounds good. So you want to know why it's dark here?
Yeah, why is it dark there? Because you turn lights off?
I'm going to turn... Wow, big brain here. Because I realized I carved a pumpkin recently. You want to see what my pumpkin looks like?
Yeah, let's see your pumpkin, John.
Oh, you want to see my pumpkin? Okay. I don't know how else it's going to come across on the stream.
It's coming across. I'm trying to figure out what it's supposed to be. Oh, Pikachu! I see it now. Oh my gosh, it was weird. Like, you got to the right angle all of a sudden, and I saw the Pikachu, and now I can't, like, you can probably move it around and I'll see it, but that's really good. Yeah, so you move it around now, I can always see the Pikachu. Yeah, it just looked like a bunch of random cuts at first. It took a second, but no, that's really good. I like it.
Let me go turn the lights on. I'll be right back.
A hair? I guess it could be a bunny, too. Well, while he's turning his lights on, how's life going for everyone else? We will be starting this one momentarily. We're going to do another little YouTube intro, and yeah. You ready, John?
All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Ridiculous Bits of Randomness. It's your host, John Jones, and your other co-host,
Isaac, and we are here to react to Rin Money Ties. Now, this is cool because this is a new Rin song, one neither of us have heard before. I've been like super stoked about it and haven't listened to it yet. Now we got the hater here who probably is like, I'm gonna listen to this now. No, just kidding. No, I'm sure
as
he's
the
interested.
Red Hater. I'm just kidding. I'm actually really excited to listen to the song. I think it's going to be fun. Someone should bring some tissues. So we just got off of NF. How could you leave us, man? I don't know if I'm ready for
This
another
is just a
tissue
depressing stream, apparently.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, without further ado, let's just jump into
do
it.
this.
Godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have
Okay, so this is not what I was expecting the intro to be.
This is the whole song, actually.
Oh,
We're
okay,
just gonna
well,
get off.
cool. I like that they got that quote right, because no one ever does. That's really cool. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not people always say money is the root of all evil. But the actual quote was the love of money, because if you if you have a lot of money but you use it to do good for everyone around you, it's not the problem. It's those who love money and they end up trying to get money and hurting those around you and like taking advantage of employees and people that cause that problem. So I like that he got the quote correct, because that's kind of rare.
Right.
ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the poller.
Pausing it there. I like what he's doing with the background vocals in his head. I haven't heard that in a Ren song before, but like we have like all of the sounds in the background coming through with his vocals and such. It's a simple but funky beat too.
I can tell this is gonna be one of those that I listen to 5 more times. I catch so much that I missed the first listen to.
Right.
But-
It does sound like Money Game Part 4 in a way. Some of his flow structure so far is coming across as like a similar like sound. This almost feels like if you take the 3 Money Game series, this might be his conclusion song. This might be the song that ties it all together. But
it could be.
I actually like the song a bit so far. So
Really fast, I want to say, is this the same street that I think it was the Fish and Chips, but it might have been a different one of them, that he walked down on his stream? I don't know. It looks familiar, but I could just not understand their architecture, so it all looks familiar to me.
yeah, I don't know.
Man, lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, well you die with a grin. Now digging up the root of evil, money too like.
I love that a lot. When you're like, basically, if you're living to make money, then is that really life worth living?
All right.
I feel like that's also unfortunately where a lot of like most people are not even out of greed, but out of the world is so hard to survive at this point. And then there's like those who at the top, and they I talked about earlier, where you have the greed and you love money, so you hurt all of your employees and all of those below you, and then all of a sudden all the people below have to basically enslave their lives to the corporation just to live.
I've been thinking about this kind of recently. This is
Okay.
a very abstract thing I've been thinking about. But I saw a documentary about Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, and it got me really thinking. because everyone has different personalities. Everyone has their own different quirks in their brain that makes them think or not see things certain ways and do different things. I really like doing YouTube and personal projects, and I like seeing them grow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, that's not a bad thing. That's an okay thing. That's a healthy, sane person thing. You just if it goes crazy, you want to check yourself and make sure that like you're not hurting people at any points, and you want to make sure that everything's good because you don't want to do it. Is my desire for it that crazy? Not as crazy as some people like Mr. Beast or Mark Zuckerberg, who just that is their entire mindset. But now put yourself in their mind for a minute, and like they they could think about is this tycoon that they're building. Anything else in life relates to the tycoon. It's not like, oh look, there's that. It's how is this thing that I see relate back to this tycoon that I'm building? And it's such a big thing in their head that it's an interesting like from my point of view it's like okay I could easily see all of like the errors that you're doing like why aren't you doing it, but if you're inside of their shoes it's got to be a lot harder to see the errors you're doing because you're not your brain can't think about that the same way. This doesn't excuse anything, but I do believe that to some people it's like a psycho murderer person. They don't realize what they're doing is killing other people. Like they know that they know it's hurting other people. They know it's a bad thing, but they don't realize the actual trauma that they're causing to certain people, like the psychopath people
Mm-hmm.
that kill people. And I think that same type of thing kind of applies to some billionaires out there. I don't think they realize just the full intent or extent of what they're doing. Obviously, this doesn't justify them or anything, but it is just kind of what I've been thinking about. I don't think a lot of big people realize because I think something's wrong in their brain.
I
I
think
think they.
not just billionaires or ultra millionaires. I had a boss who was the same kind of way where he would brag about how he worked 80 hours a week and he would get mad at any we were salary so no overtime, but he would get mad if we didn't work 60 plus hours during the week, and he would like start freaking out at people for not having something done when he gave him like 50 tasks, and so one of them got pushed to the next week, and like it was like, well, you should have worked over the weekend kind of thing. And like he lived to work. He bragged about how he went home and worked all day. He's like, on Monday he's like, I did all this stuff over the weekend, and that's what he lived for. That was his life. So I agree. Like that, it's like, what are you living? Like, where's your life at that point?
Right. Now, the final thing I'm going to say is I don't think those people are unhappily living life. I think that's how they want to live life. Whether or not it's wrong what they are doing or not doing, I think their life is their work. So this is I'm remembering now. This is kind of why I brought it up because this is what Ren was bringing up too about like the no life or whatever. I'd have to go back and listen to it. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I don't think what they're doing is right for anyone, but I also do think that they are living their life. I think they are living their life to the fullest extent, almost more than we are because their life is their work and they're able to just say F you to everybody and do it. So whether or not it's wrong or right, I do actually think that a lot of them are living their life.
I think I disagree with you, and here's why. Two. I'm gonna give two examples. One, my boss that I talked about, right? He also did cocaine and other stuff, and like the few times that he like opened up at all, you could tell he was very depressed. He had like lots of hurt and lots of trauma, and I think work was a coping mechanism for him. But he also was kind of bringing everyone else down with him instead of actually dealing with the trauma and stuff
Uh-huh.
that happened. And so I don't think that's him living his life. That's just him trying to cope and him trying to hide. I mean, that's the same as NF's mom doing pills all the time. Basically,
Uh-huh.
that's his
Mhm.
pills, right? And also Elon. Let's talk about Elon for a second. He is very narcissistic, very upset at anyone who doesn't meet his specific standards. He was firing Twitter staff who refused to work like over 60 hours too. He did a similar thing with, but he like actually was firing them, and it's not a, oh, I'm living my fullest, you live your fullest, and if they don't match, that's okay. It's like, no, you have to do my dream, and I think it's usually a troubled person who's coping with stuff and that's why they're living that life. I could be wrong.
I can see that for some cases, but I'm thinking in my head when I envision this, two people, Mr. Beast and Mark Zuckerberg. Whenever I hear interviews from either of them, and I've been following Mr. Beast's story for such a long time, he lives, breathes, and eats YouTube just 24/7. He loves it so much. He's always saying it's his favorite thing ever, and like, so that's one person that I'm going by. I don't know if he has some secret like turmoil that's taken. I personally don't think so. I think that he is just YouTube is what he wants to do in his life, and it is what he's living. And I think the same thing about Mark Zuckerberg. Whether or not these people are doing good or bad things, that's up to other people to decide. But obviously, this doesn't apply to everybody. But I think that there is a bit. I would say a big majority of billionaires, if I were to guess.
It's interesting. Also, this has been a long pause, so I apologize to all the people who hate when we paused, because this was a big pause. But I think it was a good conversation to have.
Yeah.
I'm going to push play now.
Let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren. Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life, it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. Because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes money.
Ooh. Oops, sorry, I just shook the whole thing. Anyways, that hits hard because I don't know. You go through life and you start out like, I'm gonna be above all this corruption, all this crap that goes on, and you see it around. I'm gonna be like the shiny, and then every year you get a little more jaded. And I know I do, at least, anyways. And I'm to the point where I am trying to still have that kind heart, but also I personally think, and I don't like that this is the world we live in, but you have to sometimes throw away that kind heart, because otherwise you're always taken advantage of. And I've been stomped on most of my life, and I go into therapy, and I'm like, finally, I mean, kind of his Cujo beatdown is an example of this, where that was kind of like righteous indignation, maybe righteous like frustration, that you sometimes have to stand up for yourself and like potentially like knock someone down, because everyone's, you know, taking advantage and like trying to take advantage of the world. But also you gotta, this is a good reminder, keep that kind part of your heart. And when you see someone who's actually living, oh, I'm gonna pause this stream for 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, daughter ran in here. That's kind of an example of like somewhere that you need to stay kind and like show them a good example of kind, but also like firmness. And I don't know. I wish that they were growing up in a world that they didn't have to worry about being too kind to people and getting taken advantage of. But that's not the world we live in. And
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to figure out. It's hard to find that balance. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Or let's take it back a little bit.
Yep.
And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall. Because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money blow. Money makes open case close. Money bend love, make war, make goals. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept, people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies, ayy.
What do you think, John?
What do you think of no people, no profit meant at the end? Is that saying no people and no profit is immune from money ties?
I'm not sure. Like, if there's no people, there's no profit. So maybe
No
don't
people.
cut people out of like the world, because you actually need them to serve. Like, even the rich people need to realize that if they actually get rid of all of those poor people that they hate, they can't actually profit. So I don't know.
Right. Person. I like the blow. He said it in such a cheerful way with the drug money blow or whatever he said. It felt like it was like a kid song. I think almost kind of the way he enunciated it. That was fun.
Yeah.
I like the song. I thought it was good. I thought it hit deep. I thought that his flows were good. I like the percussion. I like the speech at the beginning. I think it added to the song.
Yeah. I
Uh,
liked it.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it was a high C song. I don't think I'm adding it to any of my playlist, but I enjoy listening to it. It was good.
See, and this is why they call you the Red Hater. No, just kidding. No, I liked it. I'm gonna rate it a little higher, especially like it was a good song throughout the whole thing, like a decent song. But then you got that little speech verse in there where he's talking to his sister, and it's just like that. I don't know. That hit hard to me, and I like it. I'm gonna be listening to this some more, and
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's see what the commenter said. Where did we leave off? Let's see. Oh, money ties. Isaac's got get some tissues for that one too. Did you get tissues, Isaac?
I did not get tissues.
Shoot, you failed. Well, you'll be fine. There are pinned lyrics in the chat of the vid. We don't actually watch on YouTube videos. Just
Yeah.
FYI. We get that comment actually millions of times every time we release a random video. We're not watching on YouTube itself actually, because we're in different states and we have to figure out a way to watch it together at the same time. So we watch it on a different thing. So we don't actually get that. But
Yeah.
no worries.
If anyone's looking how to do this on multiple states, by the way, it's w2gt.tv, and it lets you take a video from YouTube or other platforms and put it on there and watch together. It synchronizes it, so it's very useful.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. A hair. Oh, so that was a bit before. I see. Okay. Isaac, do you know where in the New Testament this intro is from? I
Sorry, what, John?
I think it's from Timothy, actually. Random knowledge drop.
No, you do your knowledge drop, because I actually don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know where in Timothy, but in seminary, I'm pretty sure I have a memory of this quote somewhere in, I think it's Timothy. See, let's go. The love of money, that quote, right? Money is the root of all evil. New Testament.
Yeah, I don't know, I did seminary too, and I've got all these like random factoids, like oh, that's the actual quote, and like I know where things are translated, but I don't I'm horrible with names and like remembering which exact book it was in. So
Yeah, First Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. I called
good
it. I mean, not
job.
the exact location, but
Alex also says yep. So he agreed when you call out Timothy. He
see,
congratulated you.
I know my Bible. I know my Bible quotes. Let's
It's
see.
pretty
It's in
impressive coming from an atheist, by the way.
Well, no comment. It's in Brighton. Parts of Genesis were filmed there. Some of the vid would have done in London. Cool.
Okay, maybe that's why that scenery looked familiar.
Right. Mm-hmm. Warned you.
That's about the tissues and yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is random bits of randomness, and that was Rin, Money Ties, and peace.
Peace.
Anyways, oh what, John?
Nothing. My doggies were growling
Oh,
at
we'll
something.
do dog text for a second then.
So now they get attention because they're growling.
That's
Anyways.
a good thing to do. Wait, before we do our final outro, I know it's a short episode, but we do have to hold to tradition, John.
What's the Florida man for today?
Yeah, Florida Man. Our weekly update on Florida Man. A viral Florida man, Lieutenant Dan, was arrested again after his boat was reportedly declared a public health hazard.
His boat was declared a public health hazard.
His boat was declared. There's so much going on in this. His boat was declared a public health hazard. How's that happen, right? But he was arrested again for this. This is not the first time. And he's a lieutenant.
I'm guessing he's got this crazy big ship. Every hurricane season, it just wreaks havoc on the city, destroying houses after houses. And he has to go get his boat, take it back, and they're like, "Hey, man, we already told you last time, demand,
Yep.
Lieutenant. We already told you last time, Lieutenant."
Got to get all that toxic sludge out of your boat. Every time there's a hurricane, you just destroy the city.
With your boat.
Or the state. Alex says he's got to go. Thanks for watching, Alex. It was nice
Thank you for
seeing
being
you in
here.
our streams. Yeah. Have a good sleep.
Good sleep. And on that note,
We've got to go.
sad to see us go so early, but we got stuff to tend to.
Yep.
I
I
gotta-
gotta get up in 6 hours to start moving some more. Yay!
Yay. And I gotta learn Tokipona. So my life is so hard right now.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Peace.